Welcome back to Steffi Fan's channel. Today we will learn about the issue that is causing massive waves throughout the Forrester family and beyond as shocking revelations, romantic entanglements, and professional betrayals collide in the most explosive episode yet. The drama that unfolds on Tuesday, January 20th promises to shake the very foundation of several key relationships while setting the stage for conflicts that could last for months to come. Eric's dangerous balancing act. Eric Forrester finds himself trapped in an increasingly precarious situation that threatens to expose everything he has been carefully concealing from his family. The legendary fashion icon who has spent decades building his empire and maintaining family harmony now faces one of his most challenging moments yet. Brooke Logan Forrester is not someone who adapts evasive answers or half-truths, and Eric knows this all too well. Their years of friendship and family connection mean that Brooke can read him like a book, making his current predicament even more treacherous. When Eric unexpectedly walked in on Katie and Brooke's private conversation, the timing could not have been worse. Brooke's radar immediately went up, her instincts telling her that something significant is happening behind closed doors. The look of suspicion on her face was unmistakable, and Eric recognized that familiar expression instantly. Now he must craft a response that will satisfy her curiosity without revealing the full truth about his involvement with Katie's new fashion venture. The stakes are incredibly high because Brooke will undoubtedly share any information she gathers with Ridge, and that conversation could trigger a chain reaction of family chaos. Katie had just moments earlier admitted to hiring a new designer for her fashion house, but Brooke's mind has not yet connected these dots to Eric's presence. This gives Eric a narrow window of opportunity to control the narrative before everything spirals out of his hands. The fashion patriarch understands that timing is everything in this delicate situation, and he is not quite ready to drop the bombshell about his true role in Katie's company. His original plan to simply serve as a consultant now seems like the perfect cover story, a plausible explanation that might buy him the precious time he needs to prepare Ridge and Brooke properly. However, Eric must tread carefully with this strategy because Brooke knows him too well. If she senses any hesitation or detects even the slightest inconsistency in his story, she will dig deeper until she uncovers the whole truth. Eric decides to test the waters by claiming he is merely doing some consulting work on the launch, presenting it as a casual arrangement rather than the full-fledged creative partnership it actually represents. He watches Brooke's reaction carefully, knowing that her response will determine his next move. If Brooke reacts with intense anger or outrage at even this watered-down version of his involvement, Eric will have his answer about how devastating the full revelation will be. This reaction could give him serious pause about whether now is the right time to confess that he has actually agreed to become Katie's lead designer, a role that directly competes with his own family's fashion house. The potential fallout from such an admission could fracture family relationships that have already been strained by years of romantic entanglements and business rivalries.
Donna's intervention and Katie's doubts. The situation becomes even more complicated when Donna Logan Forrester enters the scene, bringing her own perspective and concerns to an already volatile situation. Donna has always been protective of family harmony, but she also understands the importance of honesty and transparency. Well, she will confront Katie directly, pushing her sister to reveal the complete truth about Eric's involvement rather than allowing this deception to continue building.
Donna recognizes that secrets have a way of exploding at the worst possible moments, and she does not want to see Eric or Katie hurt by delayed revelations. Katie finds herself torn between multiple competing interests and loyalties. On one hand, she desperately needs Eric's expertise and creative vision to make her fashion house successful. His involvement could be the difference between triumph and failure in this highly competitive industry.
On the other hand, she never intended to cause such family turmoil or put Eric in such a difficult position. Like, the weight of potentially destroying family relationships over a business venture makes her question whether this entire enterprise is worth the cost. If Brooke storms out in anger after Eric's partial confession, Katie will be forced to confront the harsh reality of what they have set in motion.
She may turn to Eric with genuine concern, questioning whether he is truly certain about wanting to proceed when it is causing such obvious hostility and division. Well, the backlash they have witnessed so far is just the beginning, And Katie understands that the situation will only intensify once Ridge discovers the full extent of his father's involvement with a competing fashion house.
Despite these mounting concerns and the increasing pressure from multiple directions, Eric remains steadfast in his decision. His determination goes far deeper than simple business interests or creative desires. This is about principle for Eric, about teaching his son and daughter-in-law a fundamental lesson that they seem to have forgotten.
He believes that Ridge and Brooke have taken him for granted, failed to show him the respect and appreciation that his decades of dedication and leadership deserve. This partnership with Katie represents more than just a new professional chapter. It is Eric's declaration of independence and his refusal to be sidelined or dismissed. Eric makes his position crystal clear to everyone involved. He is going to follow through with this plan regardless of the family drama it creates.
In fact, he views the controversy as proof that his point is valid. If Ridge and Brooke cannot handle the idea of him working with Katie, then they need to learn that Eric Forrester is not a relic of the past, but a vital creative force who deserves to be treated with proper respect. This bold stance marks a significant turning point in Eric's character, showing that even the most patient and accommodating family patriarch has his limits. Well, RJ's romantic disappointment.
Meanwhile, in a completely different corner of the Forrester universe, R.J. Forrester is about to receive news that will shatter his romantic hopes and create unexpected new rivalries. The young designer has been quietly developing feelings for Electra Forrester, drawn to her energy, beauty, and the natural chemistry that seems to spark between them whenever they interact.
RJ has been building up the courage to make his move, imagining possible scenarios for asking her out and beginning what he hoped would be a meaningful relationship. However, his carefully constructed romantic fantasies come crashing down when he discovers that Electra already has a boyfriend. The revelation hits him like a punch to the gut, leaving him genuinely disappointed and caught completely off guard.
But the real shock comes when he learns the identity of Electra's boyfriend, Will Spencer. Of all the people in their social circle, it had to be Will, the son of Bill Spencer, whose complicated history with Ridge Forrester is legendary in Los Angeles business and social circles.
The long-standing rivalry and animosity between Ridge and Bill Spencer is well documented, filled with years of professional competition, romantic entanglements, and personal conflicts that have defined much of their adult lives. Now, the bold and the beautiful is preparing to carry that family feud forward into the next generation, creating fresh conflicts and drama that mirror the battles their fathers have fought.
RJ and Will are about to become fierce adversaries, their rivalry fueled by both romantic competition and inherited family tensions. The situation becomes even more volatile when Will inevitably discovers that RJ harbors romantic feelings for his girlfriend. This realization will transform their relationship from mere awkwardness to active hostility. Will is not the type to passively accept another man pursuing his girlfriend, especially someone from the Forrester family.
The territorial instincts and competitive nature that both young men have inherited from their powerful fathers will come roaring to the surface. What makes this romantic triangle particularly interesting is that Electra's feelings may not be as settled as Will believes. Careful observers have noticed the meaningful looks she has been directing toward RJ, lingering glances that suggest her attraction might be mutual.
There is an undeniable chemistry between Electra and RJ that goes beyond simple friendship, a connection that could spell serious trouble for her current relationship with Will. As these romantic tensions build, Electra will find herself at the center of an increasingly complicated situation that forces her to examine her true feelings and make difficult choices about her future. Will's professional anxiety.
Adding another layer of stress to Will's already complicated situation, he faces growing concerns about his professional future at Forrester Creations. The drama surrounding Katie's new fashion house and the potential conflicts it creates within the company have made Will nervous about the security of his position. He understands that family politics often trump professional merit in these situations, and he worries that his connection to Katie could become a liability rather than an asset.
Will decides to take a direct approach by questioning Ridge about his place in the company and seeking clarity about his future role. He needs to know whether the ongoing fashion house drama will negatively impact his career trajectory or limit his opportunities for advancement. These are legitimate concerns for any young professional trying to build a career, but they carry extra weight when family dynamics are so deeply intertwined with business operations.